Hello, and welcome to my For the Love of Gore podcast. I will be talking about the gender differences between women assassins and men assassins today. One of the first points I wanted to bring up was the fact that men assassins want to, you know, basically they want to show off their strength. So most of the time you see male assassins using brute strength to kill their victims and stuff like that, the people that they are talking about. One of the examples I want to use is in The Lone Wolf and the Cub. You see him using brute strength for almost all of the people he kills, along with cunning tactics, like with the baby carriage being like a hidden place for like 3, 4 swords, and the baby being an accomplice to murder, basically hitting a thing and killing people alongside him. So I thought that was a really interesting example to use because he's using brute strength as a way of killing those, and also using a cunning method of distracting his baby carriage and making it a basically death machine. I thought that was one of the differences that I saw. Another difference is that women are typically in assassin movies going to be really beautiful women. You rarely see an ugly woman being an assassin. And yes, beauty is subjective, but these women are typically beauty by like all standards. Like in Nikita, at first she was like a disgruntled a drug addict. And then as she's going through this long training process of, trying to become an assassin for this secret government agency, she becomes beautiful and she learns how to, use her beauty to get what she wants. And I feel like that is a topic that a lot of women assassins they go through. Like you see that with Scarlett Johansson, you see that with being Black Widow, you see that in Nikita. You can even see women using their beauty as in like Kill Bill. Like, I think that like Uma Thurman's character is really beautiful and she uses that beauty to basically get what she wants as well. But you really see this with female assassins. Female assassins will use their beauty to get to a spot that, they couldn't have got to if they weren't using their beauty to get what they want. And I feel like that's like a touch on the side of like what modern society wants women to do. Is we're taught at a young age that women need to be beautiful and they use their beauty to get what they want, when men don't have to use their good looks to get somewhere, and they use their intelligence and their brawn and their strength, while women use their beauty and their cunning personality to get what they want / kill the people they need to kill. And I found that was really different how men can use brute strength, but women are more so on the cunning side. And I thought that was really crazy how it does touch on modern society, how women have to use their beauty to get what they want, while men don't have to be necessarily good looking, they just have to be strong. So it's like men assassins are seen as strong, brute strength, still intelligent, but not sort of using their intelligence, just using their physical prowess to get what they want, while women are seen as beautiful and wanting to, get to a place using their beauty, maybe sleeping their way into killing someone, disguising themselves as like an heiress or a princess or a movie star to kill the person they need to kill. It's like sneaking into something to getting what you want is like, I think is something that I see a lot in women assassins that I don't see in men. Another part that I thought was different was how in Leon the Professional, how Matilda, one of the first things she learns is like sniping. Like sniping someone out is like one of the first things she learns in assassin training. And Leon said that was like one of the first things she learns, and the last thing she learns is like a knife, like killing someone with a knife, because that's more personal, I think, and it like you need more training for that to become an assassin to ability where you can kill someone with a knife or sneak up with someone and a knife and they would never know. That's why like in the first scene of the first killing that Leon does in the movie, he is seen as pressing a knife to the dude's throat after he's killed all of his henchmen in various different ways. I thought that was like just like a tip of the hat to show that like Leon is a professional. Absolutely, because he's already killing someone with a knife or already threatening someone with a knife, and he's already killed everyone around him. I just think that's like crazy how that happened in that movie. And then Matilda, when she first becomes a cleaner and she's trying to learn, she's taught how to snipe. And I see that a lot. Like women soldiers and stuff like that in movies and stuff, and women assassins are like the stealthy types, and they're not like brute strength. Like no woman I haven't seen like in a lot of movies is like picking a dude up and slamming him on his back and like just punching him a bunch of times. Like you don't see like that kind of animalistic physical brute strength I see in a lot of women. You don't really see that. You see them sniping people out, or tricking people, or being masters of disguise or something like that. So I feel like that is like a different type of like a different type of genre. Like women just aren't really seen as like physical prowess. I don't see physical prowess. Like, yeah, they may like be like really good at like martial arts, but they're not good at like they're not like super seen as super strong and super like unhinged. Women are seen unhinged in like an emotional way, not in like a physical way. And I think that's actually another thing that like I see a lot in movies, is how women are seen as super emotional. Like Nikita, she would be screaming and crying, and like just like her emotions were like a drop of a hat, like just all over the place. And I feel like that is like a very unrealistic type of emotional, like I think that's a very different type of emotional, like I don't think that was portrayed well. I think that's what I'm trying to say, is that her emotions were all over the place, and it was very much a man looking at a woman and saying, "Oh, women are so emotionally irrational, and they have a weird gauge of emotional reactions that are inappropriate." And I thought that was inappropriate as well. I feel like she would be screaming about the stuff that makes no sense to be screaming about. In my head, I don't see the point in like being that emotional over something, and I feel like it was an exaggeration. I feel like women's emotions sometimes in movies are seen as an exaggeration, and that's how men portray women, and that's how they want them to act in a movie, when women don't really act like that in real life. Which, I mean, it's quite common in society to think that women are irrational and they're emotional creatures, and that they can't control themselves when it comes to emotions. So it's like a woman scorned, like Kill Bill. The whole thing about Kill Bill is like a fucking revenge, uh sorry for cussing, a revenge like movie. It's about like her husband dying, and she's married and she's happy and she survives, and then she goes on this whole revenge plot movie about how she's going to kill uh everybody that was involved. And I think that that's like, yeah, it's absolutely justifiable that she'll go out and try to kill the people that are involved, but it's also like a very emotional response of like, like that hell has no fury, like a woman scorned quote. I don't know if I said that exactly right, but it's actually kind of like that women are just seen as emotional creatures who, if you screw them over, they will come for you and they will kill everybody you love. I just don't understand that trope. I mean, it makes a good movie, but I don't think it like really relates in reality to me. I also feel like women go through a lot of traumatic events in movies that make them the assassin, or make them like go into a different field. Like I think it's like the one thing I see in the trope that I thought was interesting is that men, okay, their father was an assassin, their father was a hitman, and they're following underneath their father's footsteps, would be the greatest hitman that ever lived, because their father, was like a butthole to them, and they were trying to like best him in his own game. I see that a lot. And then with women, it's like, oh, she was in a school for assassins, and she was an orphan, and her parents died in a very tragic way, so she has no family and no connections to the outside world. So she makes the perfect assassin, and we make her unemotional and numb and dead inside, and then she comes and kills all these people. Like I mean, I would like to see like a woman is an assassin and her daughter wants to be an assassin, and it's a whole family, like a matriarchal type of beat, where the mom is an assassin, the dad is the assassin, the whole family's an assassin, and they all go out and kill people. I think that would be an interesting plot for a movie, and I think that would be something cool where the women are in charge, not the men. The men take a backseat, and women are the main focus of the movie, which I hope we get to. And like we get into those type of movies when we get like out of class and everything, and we're going into different movies. I hope we get into a matriarchal type assassin movie where the women are in charge. But to wrap things up, for the Love of Gore podcast, I hope you enjoyed listening to me rant about how men and women have both difference in their assassin techniques and the way that they, move and film. And I really enjoyed making this podcast. I really enjoyed talking about these things. I hope that we get another project where we can talk about stuff like this, because this stuff really does interest me. And thank you for listening. This is For the Love of Gore. I'm your host, Peyton Daniels, signing out. Thank you.